Scenario analysis-based learning. This is Mr. Sebastian Manuel Bacania, 7 years in the profession, your presenter for the day. Contents. What is scenario analysis-based learning? What are the aims of scenario analysis-based learning? What are the characteristics of scenario analysis-based learning? What are the theories behind scenario analysis-based learning? And how to implement scenario analysis-based learning? What is scenario analysis-based learning? It is a method of learning that requires studying and analyzing specific scenario or situations to understand different results or consequences. Scenario analysis offers an excellent instructional vehicle for investigating issues that are complex and unclear and require transdisciplinary analysis. What are the aims of SABL? Harnessing critical thinking, encouraging learners to analyze complex situations, identify key issues, and evaluate alternative courses of action, fosters critical thinking skills. Developing decision-making skills, providing opportunities for learners to make decisions within realistic scenarios, help them develop effective decision-making abilities. Instilling problem-solving proficiency. By engaging with authentic problems and challenges, learners can enhance their problem-solving proficiency and develop strategies to overcome obstacles. Providing venue for the application of knowledge. Scenario analysis-based learning facilitates the application of theoretical knowledge in practical contexts, helping learners transfer their learning to real-world situations. Improving communication and collaboration skills. Collaborative scenario-based activities promote communication skills and teamwork as learners work together to solve problems and achieve common goals. Preparing learners for real-world challenges. By exposing learners to authentic scenarios, scenario analysis-based learning helps prepare them for the challenges they may encounter in their professional or personal lives. What are the characteristics of SABL? Real-world contexts, giving learners with true-to-life scenarios that show challenges they may encounter in the future in the field of study or work. Problem-solving focus. Learners are required to analyze the scenario, identify the problem or issue, and create solutions or strategies that will address the problem. Active engagement. SABL encourages active participation through interaction of learners in discussing the scenario, making decisions, and recognizing the consequences of the possible action. Reflection and feedback. Learners are instructed to reflect on their decisions and the outcomes of the scenario. On the other hand, feedback from teachers help learners assess their performance and recognize areas for improvements. Application-oriented learning. SABL highlights the application of knowledge and skills by learners through using their learning theories through practice. What are the theories behind the SABL? Constructivism. In scenario analysis-based learning, learners engage with realistic scenarios that mirror authentic situations, allowing them to construct meaning and develop their understanding of complex concepts through problem solving and decision making. Cognitive load theory. Scenario analysis-based learning seeks to manage cognitive load by presenting information in meaningful chunks within the context of realistic scenarios. This approach helps learners process and retain information more effectively, leading to deeper learning outcomes. Problem-based learning. Learners in scenario analysis-based learning engage with complex scenarios, analyze problems, and generate solutions, mirroring the problem-solving process in PBL. Experiential learning. Scenario analysis-based learning provides learners with experiential learning opportunities by immersing them in realistic scenarios where they can actively engage, reflect on their experiences, and apply their learning to new situations. How to implement SABL. Here's a step-by-step procedure for implementing scenario analysis-based learning in a science class, along with examples. 1. Identify learning objectives. Learning objective. Students will recognize effects of human activities on the ecosystem. Example. By the end of the lessons, learners should be able to explain how deforestation affects biodiversity in rainforests. Selects appropriate scenarios. Scenario. Learners are presented with scenario where a fictional town is planning to clear a portion of nearby forest for the new housing developments. They must analyze the possible effects of deforestation on the local ecosystem caused by the new housing developments. Develop supporting materials. Background information. Give information on the importance of rainforests, biodiversity, and the potential environmental consequences of deforestation. Data. Also give statistics and data on species diversity in rainforests, the role of forest in carbon sequestration, and the effects of habitat loss on population of wildlife. Facilitate engagements. Present the scenario and engage learners in a discussion on the possible advantages and disadvantages of the proposed housing development. Encourage learners to consider including the perspectives of different persons involved, such as environmentalists, housing developers, and local residents. Encourage analysis and decision making. Guide the learners throughout the process. Help them recognize the potential impacts of deforestation on biodiversity, climate, and local communities. Directs the learners to recognize alternative solutions or mitigation strategies to lessen the effects of the housing developments to the ecosystem or environment. Provide feedback and reflection. Give feedback to learners by highlighting the strong points of their arguments, and areas for improvements. Facilitate a reflection activity where learners discuss what they've learned from the scenario and how it relates to the real-world environmental concerns. Assess learning outcomes. Assessment tasks. Instruct the learners to write a persuasive essay or create a presentation advocating for or against the proposed housing developments based on their analysis of the scenario and understanding of the environmental impacts. Rubric. Craft a rubric that will assess learners' ability in analyzing scenario, evaluating consequences of deforestation, and communicating their arguments effectively. In conclusion, scenario analysis-based learning is a powerful instructional approach that promotes deep learning, critical thinking, and real-world application of knowledge. By presenting learners with realistic situations or cases, scenario analysis-based learning engages students in active problem-solving and decision-making activities, fostering the development of essential skills and competencies.